gets the fluffy stuff out of the way, and you do get an extra inch or two in there.
I can't. You're making the sexual intellectual blush.
I can make anyone blush.
So, as a, the educational background, because I can't just give you a flat answer without the research to back it up, but size doesn't matter because the G-spot is not necessarily located in the same place in every woman. So some might be a few inches back, a few inches forward. I try to say the same thing for all bodies. Not all penises are created equal. Not all vaginas are created equal. So I'll share one tidbit.
I'm listening.
The first time I ever orgasmed, the penis was like microscopic. So,
she's not going to say any names on
no,
air.
No, I don't call anybody.
Off the air, we're going to get your name. We're just going to call you up.
So that's why I'm living proof. Size doesn't matter.
Okay, well, now you've mentioned about the G-spot, and that's a misnomer, or that's one of those mythical creatures. It's like, like a wallet or something. You can't really find the wallet. You can't really find the G-spot. But my question is, how does one find it?
How does one find it? I think that it takes a lot of communication with your partner. That's super important. Lots of people have to discover their own bodies. So
Okay.
I think I discovered my G-spot long before anyone else did. And so I kind of guided them as to where it is because the sensation is different, not only for the person feeling for it, but for the receiver as well.
Okay. Now,
it's kind of like getting a new pair of prescription glasses. Better, worse. Better, worse. Better, worse.
I wish people could see
A
the
or
way you're
B?
flicking your finger that way too. That's beautiful.
is it A or B?
Right.
A or
And
B?
I always think those are trick questions because I really don't see a difference.
Well, that means you're nowhere near where you're supposed to be.
Guess not.
There's a joke about that. I'll tell you off the air. It revolves around wrong hole, and that's all I'm going to say. But
So it's not like Bigfoot. G-spot is not the sexual equivalent of Bigfoot. Like it exists.
it does exist.
It is there. They usually say that the standard way is to put your finger in and do a come hither feel or motion.
Okay.
And it feels like it has many ridges. It's very textured. The texture is different from the rest of the vagina.
I'm going to allude to condom brand said ridged for her pleasure, or ribbed. for
Ribbed.
her. So, yeah, all right. Now I know how to find it. Now I just need volunteers.
Oh, no.
Well, I was going to say George volunteered for services earlier, but he
Yeah.
doesn't.
I
Right.
still haven't found my
Yeah.
G-spot.
The male G-spot is a completely different animal.
It is. It's called the P spot.
It's actually the prostate gland.
Correct. Yes.
That's a subject, George. If you want to broach that subject, go right ahead.
I'm good.
I do not want to know where to find it. I kind of have an idea where it is, and yet no, we're avoiding that topic. In fact, we're going to avoid it so much we're going to take a break. By the way, if you want to get on the air and have fun like we're doing tonight, send us an email at mynightoutradio@verizon.net. If you want to check out on some local events, when Alicia's fundraiser is going to come up, we're going to, as soon as we get the information, we'll post it up. Go to mynightoutri.com. Also check us out on Facebook. We're going to leave here. We're going to take a break right now, going to Bending Over Backwards. The name of the song is Picture. We'll be back in a minute.
Reminding us of information is free,
The law.
there is hope.
It's not so costly, and we want you all to know. 21st century extroversion isn't enough to sell your soul. We can't deny it. No one wants you to behave. 21st century mass perversion was voted up online today. So tonight we come, 'cause girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. You know we're watching. We're the audience you like. Put a sexy pic on your profile. Show them all how you've gone wild. So tonight we come, 'cause girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. It's okay, it's safe, and do it anyway. All day, get his name and let those haters hate. Not your fault, there's a law, and we love you all. Keep score, get some more, take total control. They say that it's not right for you to act this way online. But if the whole damn world is gonna try to cut girls and ladies shine, your most dangerous life. So tonight we come, 'cause girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. Girls love digital. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay, it's safe, and do it anyway. All day, get his name and let those haters hate. Not your fault, there's a law, and we love you all. Keep score, get some more, take total control.
Welcome back, my night outers. This is DJ Psycho Eddie. Alicia, the sexual intellectual, is in the hot seat. Now we're going to change gears on you. We're going to swap it around a little.
I like when people swap it around.
Well, this is
You said for me to get PG-13.
Well, I have no problem with swapping it around. I just have to get permission. You know how it is.
Okay.
Well, the question I have now is, what do you do on your free time? I mean, if you're surrounded by sexual imagery, sexual references, all day long, you have to deal with sex.
Sexuality, yep.
You don't want to go home, or do you want to go home and have sex? Or what do you do in your spare time?
I read about sex. I go to events that are sex related. So I love sexuality from a nerdy standpoint, that I like to learn about the human body and the brain and its dysfunctions related to sex. So sexuality is not like, oh yeah, just get laid a lot, man, and it's fun. Like, that's not how I approach it. I love sexuality in general. I do in my own private life, of course. I get tail. It's cool. But yeah, I don't mind either way. Like, if I go home, there are some times where I'm having a lot less sex than most people would think, considering I'm the sexual intellectual and I'm doing all these.
The proverbial dry spell happens. It happens to everybody.
By choice, I just want to.
By choice?
Yes.
It's your story. You can tell it any way you want.
Ouch. So yeah, my whole entire universe revolves around sexuality, sex education in general, and I'm okay with that.
I got to relay this story. Now, the first time I ever met you was at the Midday Social. Davey Moore puts on the Midday Social twice, 4 times a year. And I never heard of the Sexual Intellect. I've never heard your show at that point. And
I was
of
really a
course,
noob to the scene at that point. I
Don't
was
feel
really,
bad. That was
really-
my first midday as well.
Okay.
So I walked in, and here's a person, rather attractive. I'm saying, I'm just playing back everything now. But you were dressed in a leather dress
Corset.
Corset.
Black corset.
with a skirt, which was,
I don't
believe.
think I had a skirt. I think it was jeans and knee-high boots, thigh-high, my thigh-high leather boots.
Okay, there was a lot of leather involved.
Which was
That's all I
rather
gotta say.
embarrassing because we both showed up wearing the same outfit.
I was going to say, I looked over.
Maybe that's your good-
Tony, is that you? No, she's way too short. I got to say, she did fill out the corset much better than Tony did. And we had probably a 45, 50-minute conversation about, I don't want to say sex, because my wife's like 5 feet away, but yeah, it was
Sexuality.
sexuality.
Yep.
And with my background being at strip clubs, I've usually have seen the more deviant side. But in a nutshell, it's kind of two sides of the same coin. I mean, I'm seeing firsthand what most other people are just talking about.
I think that it's important to understand just as a whole that sex isn't, so many times when you talk about the word sex, people instantly assume that it's like, insertive sex or penis and vagina sex. And it's really not. It's like, it's this whole entire spider web. And I think that's what fascinates me about the field is that A, it's ever evolving, but B, it has all these different facets. So it's important to know that it's not just heterosexual sex. It's different gender identities, gender orientation, it's race, it's class, it's ability. And there are all these different facets that most of us don't take into account until you actually get into the field and you're curious to know more and you ask questions and you are concerned with inclusivity. We just go about our daily lives and do what we're accustomed to. So had I never gotten into the field, I wouldn't know any of this stuff either. But
Well, you were talking about ability, which brought up a conversation from earlier. If Tony will probably start laughing like a schoolgirl right now. We were talking about different positions. One of them being the reverse cowgirl. Everyone started laughing. But the truth is, you find what works, and that's part of what you do is to helping people find what works for them, correct?
Yep. So I like to do consultations with people